Hey everyone, we are Leen and Wim, a couple from Belgium. We have set out on an epic cycling journey from Belgium all the way down to the southern tip of Spain, over 2,750 kilometers in 32 days. Join us in our video diary as we ride through stunning landscapes, tackle challenges and experience all the surprises along the way. Subscribe and hop on for the ride of a lifetime. Before leaving Consuegra, I really want to stop by the famous windmills of Don Quixote. Wim thinks the extra climb is a bit unnecessary, but he still follows. Or rather, I follow him, because as usual, Wim is the one pulling ahead. Once we reach the first windmills, Wim is pleasantly surprised by the panoramic view over the town. Our bikes have barely come to a stop when a man holding a miniature windmill approaches us. We tell him we don't speak Spanish, after which he immediately gives us a full explanation in Spanish. We thank him for the story we didn't understand a single word of. De nada, he beams. We roll back down and leave the legendary little village.
Echt.
We are riding on an asphalt road that after countless surgeries over the years has become an actual patchwork. It's almost more difficult than a gravel track. If a car didn't pass by every now and then, you'd swear the road had been completely abandoned decades ago. Once we finally escape the patchwork, we glide over smooth asphalt all the way down to Fuente el Fresno. We take a break in a tiny park, the typical Spanish kind with outdoor fitness equipment, like so many we have already seen. And if you think nobody ever uses those machines, let me correct you. A few days ago we saw a spry 70-year-old on an airwalker, paddling himself nearly up to the moon. Dressed in his Sunday best, grey dress pants and a proper old man's cap, the only thing missing was a pipe.
We took a break in a tiny park. Spanish sunshine bright and stark. Old machines in faded green, just like all the other ones we've seen. But if you think no soul climbs on, let me tell you, you'd be wrong. Cause just last week beneath the moon, we saw a man fly to the moon. Airwalker man, drifting through the sky, 70 years young, still learning how to fly. Gray dress pants and a cap, just so pedaling strong in his one-man show. He moves so smooth, he moves so as if he trained in gravity. Sunday clothes all neatly pressed, like church had just let out, I guess. And all he missed, I swear it's true, was a pipe to puff while passing through. A gentleman on his machine, the coolest sight we've ever seen. Airwalker man, drifting through the sky, 70 years young, still learning how to fly. Gray dress pants and a cap just so pedaling strong in his one-man show.
A beautiful gravel path leads us all the way to Ciudad Real, and we follow it with pleasure. First we cycle between olive trees, then between the fields. By the time we hit the hottest part of the day, we are riding through a landscape without a shred of shade, so hot that even the melting rubber of our tires seems desperate to find a tree to hide under. We eventually find about 5 of them, neatly lined up. Beneath one of them we stop for lunch. We enjoy the endless golden fields stretching out before us, with tall mountains on the horizon, mountains we are luckily not climbing today. We pass an unremarkable old and crumbling bridge. Overgrown and falling apart as it looks now, you can tell at a glance that its history goes far, far back, and that it would have some fascinating stories to tell if it could speak, especially considering its name, Puente de Malvecinos, literally Bridge of the Bad Neighbors. It makes you wonder what ancient rivalry or epic conflict once played out between the communities on either side. At a small river, we think we found the most perfect campsite of the entire trip. That is, until we realize we have pitched our tent right in the middle of a wasp nest. When I try to slice some sausage and cheese, about 20 wasps come to sample it. I appreciate their enthusiasm, but let's be honest, it's not ideal. We're not keen on searching for another spot this late, so we try to be creative. We throw some bait into the bushes and cook dinner 20 meters away, hoping the wasps won't be able to resist the distraction. Wrong. Another 20 flying sous chefs show up, eager to help with the mise en place. I just let them buzz around me, even though several of them are sitting front row on my cutting board. I somehow manage not to behead a single one of them. Once dinner is ready, we leave more bait by the cooking area. Walking up to higher ground, we finally eat our ravioli with Iberico ham in complete silence. Not a single buzz.
Is maar de waspjes.
Zie je erin?
The temperature drops as the day finally lets go. The sky fades into this soft, impossible shade of pink. I crawl into the tent, searching for warmth. Wim stays outside a little longer, sitting alone in the golden grass with the silence, and the full moon slowly climbing above the landscape. There is something in his posture I recognize, a quiet moment he keeps for himself. I know where his thoughts are drifting, and that's okay. Some conversations are meant to be had with the night alone.